Today, we have an important story that has caught the attention of the whole country. We are talking about Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, a well-known cleric in Nigeria who has recently made headlines after distancing himself from new claims of terror funding. This issue has stirred debate, raised questions, and people everywhere are asking, what is really happening? Before we dive deep into this, I want you to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet, because we are bringing you news and insight that you won't get anywhere else. Sheikh Gumi is a figure that many Nigerians know. He has been involved in trying to negotiate with armed groups and bandits in northern Nigeria. Some people see him as a peacemaker, someone trying to calm conflicts and save lives. Others, however, are very critical, believing that his engagement with these groups makes him suspicious. The controversy we are discussing today comes from reports and allegations linking him, or at least naming him, in discussions about the funding of terrorism. Gumi, however, has strongly denied any involvement and has made it clear that he is not connected to any terror financing. Let's break this down so everyone can understand. There was a document, which some people call a leaked memo, circulating online. This document allegedly named a number of individuals and businesses who were claimed to have helped fund terrorist activities. Among those mentioned was Sheikh Gumi, though he has consistently maintained that the list is inaccurate. Authorities later disowned the document, and some official statements confirmed that the memo's origin and claims were not verified. So, already, we see a situation where a lot of people are reacting to something that may not even be true. Gumi responded by saying that he only engages in peace and dialogue, not in any illegal financing. He emphasized that only courts of law can determine if someone is guilty of a crime, and it is dangerous to make accusations without evidence. He also suggested that foreign powers might be involved in Nigeria's insecurity, implying that the problem is bigger than just local actors. This claim alone has sparked conversations across social media and traditional media, because people want to know if what he is saying is true. Now, while this story might sound straightforward, it touches on deeper issues about security, trust, and leadership in Nigeria. Many Nigerians are concerned that some people who have the influence to negotiate with bandits or armed groups could also be contributing to the problem, knowingly or unknowingly. Others argue that to make peace, you sometimes have to engage with difficult people, and Gumi is simply performing that role. So, it is a debate about ethics, safety, and strategy. At the same time, some civil society organizations have called for further investigation. Groups like Huriwa have said that the government should look closely at anyone accused of supporting terrorism. They argue that public safety must come first, and no one should be allowed to operate in a gray area where accusations can be ignored. On the other hand, supporters of Gumi argue that his work is important for peace and that he should not be unfairly targeted because of rumors. One of the reasons this story has captured so much attention is that it is not just about one man. It is about how Nigeria handles accusations of terror funding, how information spreads, and how the public reacts. When a leaked document goes viral, people immediately form opinions, share on social media, and comment on news websites. Many times, these opinions are formed before any verification occurs. That is why Gumi's response, calling for caution and investigation, is important. It reminds people not to jump to conclusions. We also have to look at the larger picture. Nigeria has faced ongoing security challenges, including kidnappings, banditry, and attacks from terrorist groups. These problems have created fear in communities and made it harder for families to feel safe. When figures like Gumi are mentioned in connection with these issues, it generates strong reactions. Some people think he is being unfairly accused, while others believe he might be part of a network that benefits from instability. The truth, as always, is somewhere in between. And that is why thorough investigation and evidence are so important. Now, it is worth noting that Gumi has repeatedly emphasized the need for accountability from all sides. He has urged authorities to investigate thoroughly and warned that those who profit from insecurity should be brought to justice, whether they are local or foreign actors. This approach is about transparency and fairness. People want to know that anyone who contributes to violence will face consequences. At this point, I want to remind you again, if you are enjoying this video and want to stay updated with the latest news and analysis, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you never miss updates, because stories like this one are ongoing and we will continue bringing you the facts as they develop. It is also interesting to consider how this situation affects public perception. For many Nigerians, stories like this can cause confusion. Some people may start doubting everyone involved in peace negotiations, thinking that they are secretly supporting criminal activity. Others may feel frustrated that the government does not act quickly enough to verify allegations. In either case, it highlights the importance of accurate reporting and responsible discussion. Sheikh Gumi's claim that foreign powers may be involved in some of Nigeria's insecurity is another layer that makes this story fascinating. If true, it points to the idea that Nigeria's security challenges are not only internal but may also involve international influences. That raises questions about how these groups are funded, how weapons are obtained, and how political or economic interests may be influencing events. For the everyday Nigerian, this is critical to understand because it shows that the problem is complex and solutions require careful strategy. As we continue to follow this story, we need to think about what responsible citizens can do. First, avoid sharing unverified information. Second, support calls for investigation and transparency. Third, engage in dialogue with your community about security challenges. By doing these things, we help create a society that values truth and peace over rumor and fear. On the other side, many Nigerians are skeptical. They point out that Gumi has visited bandit camps in the past, and while some see this as courageous peacemaking, others see it as giving legitimacy to criminals. This divide shows just how polarized public opinion is in the country when it comes to security issues. The truth, of course, is not black and white. There are always layers, and understanding those layers is critical if we want to grasp the full picture. We also have to think about how this affects national security. When public figures are accused of being involved in terrorism financing, it complicates law enforcement efforts. Authorities must now work even harder to verify claims, gather evidence, and act professionally. This can delay action in other urgent areas, like tracking down active bandits or stopping attacks. It is a reminder that in matters of national security, every rumor, every accusation, and every public reaction can have real consequences. Interestingly, Gumi's warnings about foreign involvement in Nigeria's insecurity have added another dimension. Many analysts believe that foreign support can come in many forms: money, weapons, or strategic guidance, and can exacerbate already complex conflicts. Whether this is true or not, it has sparked debate in government circles and among security experts. People are asking, if there are external forces contributing to violence, how can Nigeria respond effectively? How can local leaders and security agencies counteract these influences while maintaining peace and stability? For the ordinary citizen, these issues might seem distant, but they affect everyday life. When terror funding goes unchecked, communities are at risk, schools are attacked, villages are raided, and families live in fear. Understanding the role of figures like Gumi and knowing whether accusations are true or false helps people make informed decisions about who to trust and how to engage with ongoing security challenges. One important point Gumi has made repeatedly is that accusations without proof can be dangerous. He argues that public figures must act responsibly and that law enforcement should focus on real evidence, not rumors. This is crucial because when false information spreads, it can inflame tensions, create fear, and even lead to violence. Nigerians, therefore, have a responsibility to verify information before sharing or reacting to it. Now, let's talk about reactions from civil society. Organizations like Huriwa have been vocal, demanding that the government investigate any alleged links to terror financing thoroughly. They emphasize that no one is above the law and that justice must be served if evidence is found. These groups play a critical role in holding the government accountable and ensuring that investigations are conducted fairly.